Hello, welcome to Home Science by Amanda. Today we're going to do congratulations on your new arrival. So it's a baby card, and this one was particularly for a little girl, so we went with pinks. And I really liked the way it turned out. I have this one all done here, and I have parts of it ready to go to show you how to put it together. And then with this one, I did I used an embossing folder on the pink cardstock for the card base. This is Fleur de Flamingo, and on this one I used the new quilt embossing folder. I don't remember the exact name of it. It's in the new holiday catalog that comes out on September 1st. And it's a really good catalog. I got some great things out of it. I have another video that shows you what I got out of it. And if you need a catalog and you don't have another demonstrator that you work with, I'd be happy to send you one. Just let me know in the comments that you're interested in one, and I'll email you back. The pine wood embossing folder. So I did the wood on this one, and then I have here this background piece here, and that is powder pink. That's one of the new ink colors, and we're going to stamp on that to make these little cute little flowers in this background here. And then we have a piece of vanilla, very vanilla here that we're gonna heat emboss on with gold embossing powder. And then we have I already did an extra flower for that when I was doing it. And then I also have the little flowers that I stamped off. I was just stamping a bunch when I did it for the two cards. And we'll color in these two flowers with the watercolor pencils. I just color them in. I don't like make them watercolor. I just color them in because I really like the pencils. They're really nice. So let's get started on the actual stamping parts. So the flowers that we're going to put on our background are from the Wood Words stamp set. It was new in the annual catalog. And so we're going to take the flower set out of there. So I used the Fleur de Flamingo because I wanted it a little darker, because the powder pink is kind of on the light side. But I did use that for the one flower there. But we're going to use Fleur de Flamingo. Okay, and then so I'm going to just go ahead and get my stamp inked up. When I use the ink spot sized ink pads, I usually do it this way, where I have the stamp upside down and I do it. Or if I use a full size ink pad, I tend to go the other way, where I have the ink pad open and I put the stamp on it. But however you like to work your ink pads is up to you. Now this I'm going to just take and go around, and it doesn't have to be like perfectly centered or anything like that, because we're just going around the edges, because the inside is going to be covered by our piece of vanilla, very vanilla. And at first when I started this card back on the day that somebody asked me to make them one for it, and I had a few ideas. I was trying with another ink stamp set, and it just wasn't working very well for me, so I put it aside and I came back to it, and I really like how this one ended up turning out when I got to it. So I'm glad that I put it aside. Alright, so there we have it all stamped around it. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and let's go ahead and put that down onto our card base. Just get things. I know some people assemble as they go, and some people assemble after they get all the pieces together. I do both, I guess. Most of the time, I guess, when I'm doing the card for the first time, I wait until I have everything ready. But when I'm doing it like the second or third time, I tend to be more likely to put it together as I go. So this is my second time doing this one, so I'm kind of putting it together as I go. We want to put it on here where it's in the center of the plank, so we can still kind of see the planks out around there. The nice thing about this is that when you open the card, you see all the planks here, even though you're covering up most of it with the front. So I like that. Okay, and now let's go ahead and do this heat embossing. I do use a stamp positioning tool for this, and I do already have my stamps positioned on there from when I did that card, and so I just kind of left it. And this one I did go over it twice with the embossing powder. I did it once, heated it up, did it again, heated it up. And that was only on the words. I didn't redo the flower. The flower one I only did once. So I have my tool here, put it there. I'm gonna get I have my embossing pad. It's not the best. I got it before I really got into stamping too much, and I got the cheaper one. I probably will invest in some Versamark pretty soon because I really like embossing, and I'm not sure I like this ink the greatest, but it's working for now, so we'll see if I can just get through for a little while longer with it. So then I'm gonna go ahead and stamp down here. And this kind, it does give like a blue tint, so you can kind of see where it's at. That may be nice, but I'm thinking that's why I don't care for it all the greatest, because I think that sometimes you can see that blue tint on things if you don't get everything all covered correctly and things like that. And you probably should use an embossing buddy to over your piece of card so that nothing sticks, but I don't have one yet. There's a lot of things I don't have yet, but things that would make certain techniques a lot easier, but time will help me get to that. So right now we're just gonna cover it real good, and I have to say that this embossing powder from Stampin' Up! Is really nice, because I do have some that I bought at a big box store, basically, that I don't really care for. See, so like my arrows there didn't really take very well. So those ones look a little bit better. See, if you would have used an embossing buddy, you wouldn't have this flex here. And we don't really want that on our card too much. You do get some. See, and then I just wiped it off of where I had it stamped. So now I'm going to have to redo it again anyway. Alright, let's see here. I think that's probably pretty good. It seems like I got most of it off. Now I'm going to use my heat tool. So I used my heat tool, and it didn't turn out too bad, but I think I really like it going over it a second time. It gives it definitely more definition, especially with the heart and arrows this time around. So I'm going to go ahead and do that again. And it does warp your paper a little bit, but I didn't. Hopefully it doesn't affect it too much, because the other one, before I did it a second time, I let it sit like overnight because I had other things to do before I did it the second time. So hopefully this time it'll turn out pretty good as well, even though I'm kind of warpy here with ink it up again paper. And I'm hoping that all this is in frame for you, because I recently rearranged my desktop because I got a bigger countertop I found on a walk for free, and it's like amazing. I love it. It's like the perfect size for where I had available for it, and it's just like so nice to have like 3 more feet of space. Like, well, maybe not 3 feet, 2 feet at least. I think it's about 2 feet of more of space. So I went over it again. This one did kind of go up a little, so it's going to be a little bit more like bold, because it didn't, I think because my paper's warped, it didn't go exactly over it as well as the other time. But this just might make it seem even more. Yes, there is specks of gold on the paper throughout, but you know, for me, I don't mind it. It kind of gives it a little bit of a vintagey kind of dusty look, and I don't mind. I think it looks kind of cute. Okay, so that one is a little bit more bold, just because it did the extra like halo kind of thing around it rather than going directly on it. But I think it still looks very good. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and around the outside of that, I just took my Flirty Flamingo ink pad and I just went straight on and just gave it a little bit of tint. Kind of to help make it a little bolder when it's on the powdered pink cardstock against those flowers. Let's get that out of the way. Okay, so we're done with that. We can go ahead and tape that down. And again, we're just going right in the middle of it. And then it does smooth out. There we go. And you can see if you get it in the right, if the light just right, you can see how sparkly that is. That congratulations is. That is cool. Okay, so then for our flowers, they are along, oh, I forgot to tell you that. The flowers along with the arrows and the congratulations on your new arrival are all part of the Better Together set, which is really cool because I did not order this. I got this for free because I signed up as a demonstrator during Celebration. And so like a month after Celebration, I got this free stamp set of really nice sentiments. And I thought that was so cool that they did that for us. But it is available in the annual catalog if you would like that one, because it is really cute. It has some really cute little things for sentiments. So I don't have the exact colors, but if you use Calypso Coral, this is like light enough to match the pinks. And then I just used the green, the old olive green for the leaves, because leaves are usually green. And we didn't go with like a funky colors with this. This is just, you know, your monochromatic, mostly basic. So I got the flowers cut out. So I'm going to put these two on here like this. And those I'm going to just put straight down on there. So I'm going to just use my fast fuse, because that tends to be the one I just grabbed because I like it. Because this one's working. My last one or two, I don't remember which one, how many. I know the last one at least, and I think it might have been the one before that. It kind of messed up, but this one seems to be working alright. Hopefully it stays good throughout the duration of its life, whatever you want to call it, its tape ability. Okay, and then on the gold embossed one, which I did just the same thing I did for that, only I used a regular stamp thing. I just used a glue dot, not a glue dot, Stampin' Dimensional to pop it up a little bit, and I did kind of send it up so it was kind of going off of the very vanilla. So there's that. There's the front. And then on the inside, I'm going to just go ahead and show you this one. On the inside, I stamped 4 of the flowers and a little heart. The little heart is out of Coffee Cafe, but if you have like just about any heart from any of the different stamp sets, there's different hearts in different stamp sets. You can put that down there, or you can just leave it off. It depends on whether you like to do the insides or not. And then I did something similar with the envelope. The envelope's just 3 with 2 hearts. So that is the Country Baby Girl card that I made this week. So I hope you enjoyed coming to create with me today, and that you'll come back again soon. If you need any help with getting Stampin' Up! Products or a catalog, just please let me know. And if you enjoyed this video, hope you will subscribe and like it, and that you'll come back again to create with me soon. Thanks for watching. Bye!